It's been 250 days since the last Texas high school football game. That ends today. Welcome to week 1 of the 2018 Texas high school football season. These are the picks. Welcome into the picks, your guide to Texas high school football weekend. My name is Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com. Thanks so much for tuning in. Here we are, week 1 of the 2018 Texas high school football season. 1,227 UIL Texas high school football teams will suit up for 24 places at AT&T Stadium in Arlington and just 12 state championship trophies. Who will they be? Well, it all starts this week. Big games all across the state. We start in East Texas. 8:30 p.m. Friday night at Lobo Stadium in Longview. It's an East Texas slugfest between the Lufkin Panthers and the Longview Lobos. What are the keys to this matchup? Well, key number 1, Longview's offensive line against Lufkin's defensive line. I think Longview's offensive line has a chance to be pretty good. Marcus Williams is back from injury and should be very good for this Lobos front, but Lufkin's defensive front is really special, arguably one of the best in all of 5A, a big reason why they start the year number 1 in Dave Campbell's Texas football's 5A Division I rankings. Carl Williams, their nose guard, is a freak show. This is going to be a fantastic matchup to watch all throughout the night. Longview's offensive line has got to keep their quarterback Haynes King clean. If that happens, then Longview's got a great shot, but Lufkin's defensive line is coming to play. Who wins in this matchup up front? Key number 2, Lufkin's home run threats, and they've got a lot of them. They can hit you over the top at any time. Their quarterback, Kawan Thomas, is really special, and this receiver, Jalen Polk, is a name to know. They want to hit big play after big play like they did last year. Now, look, I think Longview's defense has a chance to be really special, especially in the secondary with this safety, Jafania Lister. Can they keep a cap on this Lufkin offense, or will the Panthers hit a couple of big plays? And key number 3, jitters. There's a lot of things going into this game besides the actual X's and O's. For one thing, this game is going to be televised on Fox Sports Southwest as part of the Texas Football Days promotion. It's going to be live statewide and in some cases nationwide. That's going to weigh on these kids a little bit. Not to mention, it's already week 1. There's already going to be those week 1 jitters, and you're starting right out of the gate with a big rivalry game. Factor in an 8:30 p.m. odd start, and suddenly there's a lot of things off the field that play into this game. Who handles those off-the-field issues better? I think that's a big key in this one. Who am I picking? I'm going with Longview. I think being at home is a big part of this. Beyond that, I was really impressed with what their quarterback Haynes King did last year, and from what we've heard, he has only matured over the offseason. Factor in a guy like Keelan Williams at the running back spot as well, and I think this offense is ready to roll. I think Longview's a legitimate 6A state title contender. Lufkin can absolutely win this game. Their defensive front is going to be a problem for everyone that they face. It's a big reason why they're a 5A title contender. But in this early season rivalry matchup, I'm going with the home team. Give me Longview. 5:30 p.m. Friday evening at Brownwood's Gordon-Wood Stadium. It's a small school classic between the Brock Eagles and the Brownwood Lions. What are the keys to this matchup? Well, key number 1, the new-look Lions. Don't look now, but Brownwood, one of the most traditionally strong programs in state history, has an entirely new look thanks to their new coach, Sammy Burnett, in from Farmersville after a terrific stint at the helm of the Farmers. And Burnett inherits a squad that could be ready for prime time right away. Quarterback Tommy Bowden was really impressive last year. He's got a receiver in A.J. McCarty you want to keep an eye on. But there's a lot of change there in Brownwood. How good do they look right out of the chute? Key number 2, the same old Eagles. Now, that's going to sound like an insult, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and there ain't nothing broke in Brock. Coach Chad Worrell has already put together a very fine resume that includes a state championship, and this might be his best team yet. Quarterback Trip Jones is in complete command of this offense. He's got one of the best tight ends in the state in Baylor Cup on the outside, not to mention one of the best linebackers in Texas in Zach Young. Big offensive line led by John Brunner. There's a ton to like about this Eagles team. Now, this is a team that may need a little bit of seasoning along the way. What does this Eagles team look like in week 1? And key number 3, hyper-aggressive. That's how the Brock defense plays. Remember, they play this 10-1 defense that gets in your face and wants to punch you in the mouth. They come after you and come after you and come after you. Now, sometimes that can come back to bite them, especially in big plays over the top. And when you got a pass-catch combo led by this quarterback, Tommy Bowden, I think that they've got a shot to make some noise early with some big plays. Brock is going to come after Brownwood. Can Brownwood land a counterpunch? Who am I picking? I'm going with Brock. They're one of our picks to win a state championship this year, and right now I just think they're probably more of a finished product than Brownwood. A ton of change there at Brownwood, and I do think that they have a chance to make some noise this year, but right now in the early season, you kind of judge based on the talent that they have coming back off of last year, and right now that talent favors Brock. I like the Eagles to move to 1-0. 6:30 p.m. Friday night at Katy's Legacy Stadium. It's the Katy Tigers taking on the Galena Park North Shore Mustangs in a game that feels like it should be a state semifinal in week 1. Two fantastic running backs in this one. DeAndre Glass for Katy and Zach Evans, the junior, for North Shore. They are going to put on a show, but I'm really interested to see what these defenses look like. There's a lot of replacement that has to go on for both these sides. Can Katy find a front seven? Can Galena Park North Shore find a secondary? Big questions defensively for now. I think Katy holds serve at home. 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Munson Stadium in Denison. It's the 120th Battle of the Axe between the Sherman Bearcats and the Denison Yellow Jackets. Simply put, this is what Texas high school football is all about. One of the very best rivalries in all of Texas. Believe it or not, Denison's won 5 straight in this series. I know that sticks in Sherman's craw. They're going to come out ready to play, but I do think Decurious Smith is the difference here. I think Denison wins a 6th straight Axe. 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Lenoff Stadium in Cibolo. It's a San Antonio slugfest between the Steel Knights and the San Antonio O'Connor Panthers. Remember, O'Connor got the better of Steel last year, kind of a slow start there for the Knights. And this team's got a fantastic defense, but I have some questions about the Steel playmakers. The thing that I love about O'Connor is the fact that they've got big size up front. So I'm really interested to see how this shakes out in this early season matchup. For now, I think I lean a little bit towards Steel. 7:30 p.m. Friday night in Atlanta at Rabbit Stadium. It's the Atlanta Rabbits welcoming in the Gilmer Buckeyes in a game that might be the fastest in the state. I don't mean duration of game. I mean that this is going to be an absolute track meet. Gilmer's got Trey Fluellen and Bran Webb. They're going to light it up. And if you have not seen Jawan King, the running back for Atlanta, you are in for a treat. This kid is very, very special. For now, I lean a little bit towards Gilmer in the early season, but keep an eye on Atlanta. I think they're a deep sleeper. I think Gilmer takes home the victory. And 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Eagle Stadium in Lexington. It's a 3A versus 2A clash as Lexington takes on Burton. And for a 3A versus 2A game, this has insane star power. For Lexington, it's running back Jacoby Cooper, a 3,000-yard rusher from a year ago, and their outstanding linebacker, Alan Allard. And on the other side for Burton, Demondrick Winters is one of the very best, most versatile players in the state, and Caleb Harmel is an outstanding quarterback. There is playmakers all over the field. Don't miss this one. I lean towards Lexington right now. But those are far from the only big games in week 1 of the 2018 Texas high school football season. Let's get to the lightning round. I like Euless Trinity to beat Hewitt Midway. Give me Cy-Fair to start their title defense with a win over the Woodlands. And give me Lubbock Coronado to beat Lubbock Estacado. Rashawn Johnson leads Port Neches Groves to a win over Silsbee. Dion Hankins leads El Paso Parkland to a win over El Paso Burgess. And in a battle of 2 new coaches, I think Mike Robinson's DeSoto team beats Jeff Ellison's Odessa Permian team. Argyle gets some revenge for last year's playoff loss. They beat Stephenville. Lake Travis takes down Arlington Martin. And give me Edinburgh Vela to beat Laredo United. This one could get dicey, but I think Corpus Christi Calallen edges San Benito. Give me Mason to take down Wall. And Mart begins their title defense with a win over Bosqueville. Dripping Springs takes down Kerrville Tyvee. College Station's first ever game as defending champions goes well. They beat Richmond Foster. And Franklin takes down Hearn. I like Yoakum and a squeaker over Bernie. Give me Groveton very close with a win over Lovelady. And Bernie Champion beats San Antonio Stevens. I'm taking La Pryor to beat Catula. Give me Laredo Alexander to beat Alice. And I'm going to go with Wichita Falls Hershey very close over Graham. Iowa Park edges Holiday. And in our 6-man games of the week, I'm going with both defending state champs. Give me Borden County to beat Union Hill. And Strawn beats McLean. And those are the picks. What am I wrong about? Which games did I leave out? Leave comments down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/DaveCampbells. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/DaveCampbells. And of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. Thanks for watching. Happy Texas high school football season. We'll see you.